Hello friends. Welcome to a journey through the stars, a tale spun by the cosmos themselves. Today, we'll explore the dynamic, charming, and often electric connection between a Leo man and a Libra woman. Two signs ruled by celestial royalty, he by the Sun, the heart of our solar system, and she by Venus, the planet of beauty and love. When these two find each other, it's not merely a meeting, it's a dance, a performance, a love story that could light up the skies or set the stage on fire. Let's unfold their story across the realms of love, sex, marriage, friendship, and business, because when a Leo man and a Libra woman collide, every part of life becomes a scene worth watching. Love compatibility, the spark that starts it all. When a Leo man and a Libra woman cross paths, it rarely feels accidental. Their connection feels cosmic, like the universe carefully nudged them into each other's orbits. The Leo man, with his commanding presence, golden aura, and magnetic self-assurance, often enters any room like he owns it. He is the heartbeat of his surroundings, passionate, purposeful, and dazzling. Yet when his eyes meet those of a Libra woman, something shifts. For the first time in a while, he notices not how people see him, but how captivated he is by her. The Libra woman is grace in motion. She doesn't demand attention, she simply attracts it through her poise, her intellect, and her effortless elegance. She walks through life with a quiet charm that's as powerful as Leo's roar. Her presence soothes the air around her, and her words carry a melody of thoughtfulness, beauty, and curiosity. She isn't interested in drama or dominance, she wants connection. And for the Leo man, whose world is usually full of noise, her calm confidence is like a song he didn't know he was waiting to hear. Their chemistry is immediate and multi-layered. Leo, ruled by the Sun, radiates warmth and craves the kind of admiration that fuels his inner fire. Libra, ruled by Venus, sees the beauty in everyone and everything, but especially in someone who shines as brightly as Leo. Her compliments aren't just kind, they're intentional, thoughtful, and sincere. And Leo, often surrounded by surface-level praise, can feel the depth of her attention. It touches something deeper than ego, it touches his soul. Their early conversations are electric. He's bold, opinionated, and expressive. She's witty, perceptive, and naturally diplomatic. Where he charges in with fiery passion, she navigates with grace and a keen understanding of balance. He loves that she keeps up with his stories, challenges his views, and somehow makes every exchange feel like an emotional waltz. She loves that he listens, that he's honest, and that he makes her feel like the center of his universe, even if just for a moment. Their love story unfolds like a classic film, one part drama, one part comedy, and all parts passion. Leo plans grand dates, filled with thoughtful details and powerful declarations. Libra adds elegance, creating harmony in even the smallest gestures. A picnic under the stars becomes a memory they return to. A disagreement becomes a lesson in compromise. Their love grows through experiences, shared laughter, and silent understanding. They both adore beauty, in life, in each other, and in the idea of being seen and chosen. But this beautiful pairing is not without its trials. Leo's intensity can, at times, overwhelm Libra's peaceful disposition. He may press too hard for decisions, answers, or commitment, craving certainty where Libra only sees options. She may hesitate, caught between her desire to please and her need to choose carefully. This dynamic can cause friction. His passion may feel like pressure. Her patience may feel like avoidance. And yet, these challenges can become their greatest gifts. The Leo man can teach the Libra woman how to trust her instincts, to move with conviction, and to speak her truth without fear of disruption. The Libra woman can teach the Leo man to listen with empathy, to choose diplomacy over domination, and to lead with both strength and softness. In this way, their love becomes alchemical, a blend of fire and air that lifts them both higher. At their best, they are partners in the truest sense. He protects her, not because she is weak, but because he recognizes her worth. She calms him, not by silencing his fire, but by giving it a purpose. Together, they are radiant and refined, a blend of passion and peace, of courage and contemplation. This is not a fleeting flame. This is the kind of love that grows brighter with time, as long as both are willing to evolve. It demands honesty, effort, and mutual respect. But for those willing to tend to the flame, the Leo man and Libra woman can write a love story worthy of legend. Because when the sun meets Venus, the whole sky watches, and smiles. Sexual chemistry, fire meets air. When a Leo man and a Libra woman come together in the realm of physical intimacy, it's less of a quiet encounter and more of an artistic performance charged with heat and harmony. This pairing brings together two of the zodiac's most romantic souls, each craving connection, each seduced by beauty, and each driven by a desire to be wanted not just physically, but fully. When fire meets air, the room doesn't just warm, it ignites. The Leo man is unapologetically passionate. His touch is confident, his gaze unwavering. He enters the bedroom with purpose, bringing with him a raw magnetism that pulses with masculine energy. For Leo, sex is not only about physical release, it's about affirmation. He wants to be admired, desired, and yes, worshipped. His sensuality is bold, and he gives as much as he takes, so long as his efforts are recognized and adored. Libra, ever the connoisseur of romance, approaches intimacy with grace and finesse. She doesn't just respond to physical stimuli, she responds to mood, ambience, emotional tone. For her, seduction begins hours before a touch is made. It's in the text that made her smile, the dinner that felt like a dance, the music that floats into the night. She turns the physical into the poetic. Her movements are intentional, her response is layered, her energy soft yet powerful. She doesn't take intimacy lightly, she curates it. Together, they're magnetic. The Leo man's fiery passion meets the Libra woman's airy sensuality, and the result is a deeply satisfying blend of intensity and elegance. He leads with boldness, she follows with intuition. He brings heat, she brings harmony. There's a rhythm to their connection, one that feels natural and evolving. Their sex life isn't one note, it's a symphony. Some nights are wild and uninhibited. Others are slow, deliberate, laced with whispered affection and soft exploration. Libra enjoys the build-up, the delicate teasing, the little rituals that make the experience memorable. She may light candles, drape the room in soft fabrics, choose her lingerie like an artist picking her palette. Leo doesn't just approve, he thrives in this aesthetic. The grander the moment, the more he feels alive. He loves the drama of romance, the passion of the chase, and the reward of shared pleasure. One of their greatest strengths is how naturally they read each other. Libra senses when Leo needs praise, when he craves touch that says, "You're everything." And Leo, when attuned, instinctively knows how to break through Libra's quiet layers, reminding her how beautiful, how cherished, how captivating she truly is. When they're in sync, they create moments that linger in the memory, not just for how they felt, but for how they made each other feel. But like any dance, it requires balance. Leo's dominant energy, while thrilling, can become overwhelming if it's all take and no give. If he starts to demand the spotlight in the bedroom, expecting endless admiration without offering emotional intimacy, Libra's scales begin to tip. She may not argue or push back directly, but she will drift. Her desire fades if her mind isn't engaged, if the connection feels performative rather than authentic. She needs to be romanced, not just desired. To feel adored, not just conquered. Conversely, Libra's love of harmony can sometimes mute her needs. She may hesitate to express dissatisfaction, fearing conflict or rejection. Leo, if unaware, may misread her silence as approval. This is where their greatest challenge lies, in staying present, honest, and emotionally attuned. Leo must remember that true intimacy isn't just in the act, it's in the attention. And Libra must trust that her voice, however soft, deserves to be heard. When both partners commit to that shared space, where vulnerability meets desire, they unlock something rare. Their sexual connection becomes more than just physical pleasure. It becomes a sacred space, a private world where they are seen, touched, and cherished without pretense. Over time, their intimacy deepens. The passion doesn't fade, it evolves. It becomes more intuitive, more textured, more emotionally rich. They learn each other's rhythms, not just physically, but emotionally. They make love like its language, like its music, like its home. In the end, this pairing has the potential for a truly radiant sexual relationship. It's not about fireworks that fade but a lasting flame that flickers, dances, and glows, forever fueled by admiration, affection, and mutual respect. Fire meets air, and instead of burning out, they burn bright, together. Marriage potential, building a life of glamour and grace. Picture this, a sun-filled kitchen with the scent of fresh coffee and croissants, laughter echoing through an art-adorned living room, a couple that turns even the most mundane day into something poetic. This is what marriage between a Leo man and a Libra woman can look like. Not just a union, but a lifestyle. One of elegance, loyalty, and unforgettable love. When these two commit, it's not just about vows. It's about building a world where romance is not a phase, but a foundation. The Leo man enters marriage with a lion-hearted promise, to protect, to provide, and to make his partner feel like the center of the universe. He doesn't do things halfway, he shows up in full force, ready to pour his energy into creating a life that reflects his pride and his passions. He wants a partner he can show off, a home that feels regal, and a love story that looks like it was written for the screen. Enter the Libra woman, graceful, intelligent, and emotionally fluent. She doesn't just want a beautiful home, she wants harmony within it. She's the peacemaker, the stylist, the one who senses tension before it turns into conflict. In marriage, she brings the balance that Leo often forgets he needs. Where he charges ahead, she pauses to consider. Where he roars, she speaks with grace and timing. Together, they become not just a couple, but a power duo. Their marriage is likely to reflect their shared taste for the finer things. This is the couple with thoughtfully curated decor, bookshelves that reflect deep intellect, and a travel history that reads like a passport to the world's most cultured corners. They thrive in the social spotlight, hosting dinner parties where conversation is lively and the wine never stops flowing, or attending galas and fundraisers where they turn heads for their elegance and synergy. But behind the glamour, there's a depth that holds them together. Leo's devotion in marriage is powerful. Once he has chosen his queen, his loyalty is unshakable. He wants to shield her from the world, to lift her up, to be her rock. In return, he seeks praise, support, and unwavering admiration. Libra, with her Venusian energy, is naturally affectionate and affirming. She notices the little things. She compliments generously. She encourages his ambitions without ego. She becomes the quiet strength behind his visible power. But this union isn't without its trials. Leo's intensity can become possessiveness if unchecked. His need for validation can sometimes overshadow the partnership. He might demand more attention than Libra naturally gives, and in response, she may retreat, not in anger, but in subtle detachment. Libra, when uncomfortable with confrontation, may resort to indirectness. She may use charm to deflect rather than confront issues head-on, which can frustrate Leo's need for bold, clear expression. These are the moments that make or break a marriage. If Leo can temper his ego with humility, and if Libra can express her needs without sidestepping conflict, their relationship becomes resilient. Open dialogue becomes their best tool, especially when they disagree. And here's the beautiful part, their arguments, when handled maturely, can actually deepen their bond. Because Leo learns patience, and Libra learns assertion. Together, they evolve. Decision-making is another space where their differences can create both tension and strength. Leo, decisive and driven, often wants quick resolutions. Libra, analytical and fair-minded, wants to weigh all options. At first, this might frustrate both. But over time, they begin to appreciate what the other brings. He offers confidence. She offers clarity. The decisions they make as a couple become well-informed, emotionally intelligent, and often impressively successful. As parents, if they choose that path, they create an environment of love and learning. Leo will fiercely protect and inspire their children, while Libra will teach them about fairness, beauty, and empathy. Their household is likely to be filled with creativity, laughter, and rich conversations. They encourage individuality while modeling a partnership that blends strength and sensitivity. One of the most profound elements of their marriage is the deep admiration they hold for each other. Leo truly respects Libra's ability to remain composed and thoughtful. And Libra is consistently touched by Leo's passion and bravery. Their admiration isn't just romantic, it's foundational. It's what keeps them choosing each other every day. In their later years, this couple often finds that their love hasn't dimmed, it's matured. The fiery declarations of youth transform into quiet gestures of devotion. A hand on the back. A knowing smile. A perfectly brewed morning coffee. They continue to grow not just old, but closer. Their love becomes the kind that others look up to, radiant, intentional, full of stories. Friendship compatibility, effortless vibes. Before sparks fly or romance blooms, something beautiful often happens between the Leo man and the Libra woman. They become friends. Real friends. The kind of friends who laugh at the same jokes, finish each other's sentences, and always seem to know exactly when the other needs a little pep talk or a spontaneous getaway. Their friendship isn't just easy, it's natural. It unfolds like a great melody, effortlessly in sync, rich with shared rhythms and emotional harmony. Leo brings the heat, the bold moves, the spontaneous energy that turns ordinary days into adventures. Whether it's an impromptu road trip, a last-minute party, or a wild idea that needs a co-conspirator, Leo shows up with a contagious enthusiasm that makes everything feel possible. Libra matches this vibe in her own elegant way, with charm, humor, and a deep curiosity that keeps conversations flowing and ideas blooming. She's not just along for the ride, she's the one picking the perfect playlist and making sure they both look good getting there. One of the most powerful things about their friendship is how mutual the admiration is. Leo is captivated by Libra's intellect and social grace. He sees in her someone who's never boring, someone who can hold her own in any crowd. He respects her ability to see all sides of a situation, and even though her indecision might occasionally baffle him, he also finds it oddly endearing. Libra, meanwhile, is fascinated by Leo's charisma and fearlessness. She's drawn to his certainty, to his ability to make choices with bold conviction, something she often struggles with herself. His presence gives her courage, and his loyalty makes her feel truly safe. Their time together is anything but ordinary. They might dive into deep philosophical debates one moment, and be goofing off like teenagers the next. Whether they're planning a creative project, debating life choices over coffee, or just lounging with their favorite movies and snacks, there's always an undercurrent of connection and mutual understanding. It's in the way Leo lifts Libra up when her energy dips, and in how Libra grounds Leo when his fire burns too bright. They complement each other without trying, creating a friendship that feels both exciting and comforting. Leo's confidence can sometimes border on ego, and that's where Libra's tact becomes a quiet superpower. She knows how to give feedback without bruising pride, and Leo appreciates that. He doesn't just hear her, he listens. Libra's insights help him refine his perspective, while Leo's fire pushes her to stop second-guessing and take action. They push each other to be better, not through criticism, but through belief in each other's potential. That belief becomes the foundation of a bond that lasts. They also know how to show up. When one is down, the other senses it, almost instinctively. Leo shows his love through big gestures, acts of service, and unwavering presence. Libra shows hers through words, thoughtful gifts, and quiet moments of grace. Their expressions may differ, but the message is always the same: I've got you. And it's that emotional consistency that makes their friendship so durable over time. Their social lives, too, are deeply intertwined. This is the kind of duo that other people gravitate toward. They're the life of the party and the calm in the storm. Libra's charm smooths out Leo's bold edges in group settings, and Leo's bravery gives Libra the spotlight she sometimes shies away from but secretly craves. Together, they're magnetic, friends that others admire and want to emulate. Of course, even in friendship, there are moments of friction. Leo might get frustrated with Libra's hesitancy or occasional avoidance of tough conversations. Libra might find Leo's need for attention a bit overwhelming at times. But they have a unique ability to laugh it off, talk it out, and move forward. Their friendship is never about control, it's about collaboration, mutual respect, and shared joy. As they grow older, their bond tends to deepen. They become the kind of friends who show up at each other's major life events, who know each other's families, who remain constants through love gained and lost, through career highs and lows. Time only polishes the shine of their connection. They collect memories like souvenirs, each one richer than the last. At its heart, their friendship is a rare kind of gold, shimmering, strong, and always warm. Whether or not romance ever enters the picture, what they share as friends stands on its own, a connection built on laughter, loyalty, deep talks, and deeper trust. It's not just effortless, it's extraordinary. Business partnership, power meets poise. When Leo and Libra come together in a professional setting, what unfolds is more than just a collaboration, it's a dynamic alliance of charisma and finesse. Leo, with his magnetic presence and hunger for achievement, naturally assumes the spotlight. He thrives on ambition, thrives on movement, thrives on making bold decisions and watching the world follow. Libra, ever the poised tactician, brings a refined intelligence to the table. She notices what others miss. Where Leo accelerates, Libra calibrates. Where Leo inspires, Libra aligns. Together, they don't just build businesses, they build brands that resonate. Leo sees the future. He dreams big, acts fast, and brings unmatched energy to any project. His leadership style is passionate, straightforward, and inspiring, sometimes overwhelming, but always undeniable. Libra, on the other hand, is the architect of balance. She doesn't just execute a plan, she curates the experience around it. She analyzes, negotiates, and smooths rough edges. While Leo closes the deal with sheer will, Libra ensures the contract is airtight, ethical, and appealing to all involved. In boardrooms, studios, or brainstorm sessions, this pairing moves like a choreographed dance of strength and elegance. Their chemistry shines brightest in industries where creativity and strategy must go hand in hand: fashion, film, advertising, interior design, or high-end retail. Leo is the brand's bold face, the unapologetic pitchman who can sell the dream. Libra is the one making sure the dream is actually functional, beautiful, and sustainable. Leo creates buzz. Libra ensures the buzz becomes a legacy. Leo's fire sparks the vision. Libra's air fans the flame without letting it burn the whole house down. It's passion, checked by taste. Impulse, measured by intuition. Together, they embody the rare ability to be both bold and tasteful, fast and thoughtful. Leo's confidence can drive momentum at lightning speed, but without Libra, he may charge ahead without considering the politics or perceptions around him. Libra keeps him grounded, not by holding him back, but by showing him the full chessboard. She's not there to say, no, she's there to ask, have you considered? And Leo, if he's wise, will come to rely on this. Her input isn't just smart, it's essential. She sees people. She sees trends. She sees ripple effects before they even begin. Her diplomacy doesn't dilute Leo's power, it multiplies it by bringing others into the vision. Of course, balance isn't automatic. Leo's strong will can sometimes overshadow Libra's quieter methods. If he dominates the narrative, Libra might retreat, hiding her brilliance behind a curtain of politeness. But when Leo learns to ask, "What do you think?" and actually listens, the results are extraordinary. Libra, when encouraged to speak freely, offers insights that can elevate an idea from good to legendary. And when she steps fully into her power, she becomes more than a strategist, she becomes Leo's equal. Their communication style may differ, but it's not a weakness, it's their secret strength. Leo speaks in declarations. Libra speaks in questions. Leo motivates through passion. Libra persuades through elegance. They don't always see eye to eye immediately, but when they take the time to understand each other's languages, they become unstoppable. Their shared values, integrity, excellence, and the desire to create something truly meaningful, bridge the gaps and fuel their success. Trust is the cornerstone of their partnership. Leo must trust that Libra's slower pace doesn't mean hesitation, but discernment. Libra must trust that Leo's urgency isn't recklessness, but a drive to conquer and lead. If ego takes over, the partnership can stumble. But if admiration stays at the forefront, if Leo honors Libra's diplomacy, and Libra honors Leo's courage, the business grows not just in profit, but in purpose. There's also something effortlessly public about their synergy. Together, they embody power and polish. They're the duo that walks into a room and turns heads, not just for their style, but for their substance. Their meetings don't just happen, they're events. Their ideas don't just work, they influence trends. Clients trust them. Colleagues follow them. Competitors notice them. When they hit their rhythm, this partnership doesn't just thrive, it sets a standard. Leo leads the charge, Libra refines the process. Leo makes it bold, Libra makes it beautiful. And together, they create not just business ventures, but movements. Movements with heart, with vision, and with staying power. Final thoughts, a cosmic power couple. When a Leo man and a Libra woman come together, the stars don't just align, they perform. This match is filled with romance, fire, style, and intelligence. Together, they create a bond that's magnetic and exciting, but also deeply rooted in mutual respect and admiration. They challenge each other, grow together, and support one another through every season of life. Sure, they'll face storms. Every couple does. But with Leo's loyalty and Libra's grace, they have all the ingredients to weather them, and to emerge even stronger. Whether in love, friendship, sex, marriage, or business, this is a union that can shine for a lifetime. And if you're lucky enough to witness it, you'll see what happens when fire and air create magic.